Did you drive or walk from the...
Oh. You know what? I don't even know. I drove, actually.
Okay, so stay here.
Tell me where I'm sitting.
I'm
sitting right here, and you're gonna do things. Back in the hot seat over here.
Back in the hot seat.
Are there actually people tuning into this?
Yeah, there are about 10 people in the chat room.
Wow, look at that. Cool.
15.
So can you share this, like, actual chat room on my Facebook, or that doesn't work? See, you know what the problem people have? Because a lot of my fans are not so bright, apparently. Oh, I went to a site, I couldn't find anything about it. You know, that's it.
Right.
So,
yeah. I saw that. So
this is how you do it now? You interview people like you sit here. It's not like you're...
Yeah.
I saw that, like, Rabbi Rab stuff,
Yeah,
and I was thinking, like, you were just, like, both screwing around or something.
No, this is how we do it now. I gotta thank you. You introduced me to the Rabs man.
A shidduch. Yeah, I know. I introduced you, and he doesn't talk to me anymore.
Yeah.
It's
great. We've been doing weekly Torah talks since,
That's awesome.
Since June, so that was a great shidduch, man.
If only he was a woman.
Yeah, so most of the people are going to watch it on YouTube anyway.
Yeah, that's kind of what happens.
So the chat room's just for giggles.
See, if only YouTube would have the ability to have, like, hour-long videos. Now you can do 15 minutes long, but you know how people are. They watch part one, and they're like, who's it? People told me they watched the whole thing, and I was like, really? I can't believe that. Like, people emailed me, like, that was really cool. And I'm like, I don't know who would, you know, I wouldn't, you know, I don't know. I'm not addicted to anyone enough to watch the whole thing, though.
So what brings you back to LA?
So I'm supposed to look, I'm like looking.
You can look wherever, it doesn't matter. But folks, this is Heshy free to Frum Satire.net.
Yeah.
One of my favorite blogs on the internet.
Thank you, I'm honored. So, I'm just going to shut my phone off to conserve energy here. You know, I'm in Northern California now, and everything's environmental with me. I went to shul today, and I said, this is the first time I've been to a kiddush in like 6 months that didn't have biodegradable forks, you know? So, and
where did you go to shul?
Well, I went, last night I went to Happy Minyan. This morning I went to B'nai David, and then I went to Happy Minyan for the Kiddush, and I was eating at Rabbi Yona's house. And then for Mincha and Marva I went to Aish. So I have the, trifecta. And then there were two, I wanted to hit up Young Israel Century City, because I heard there's some ladies there. And I heard it's a little snootish, but I heard there's some ladies, so, you know, something to look at, and I wanted to go to Beth Jacob. But I feel like to really get a feel for the shul, you have to stay there the whole time, and, you know.
Anything strike you as interesting aside from the lack of biodegradable forks?
You know, I mean, and I'm definitely right about this. I mean, the urinals are like incredibly powerful at B'nai David. I mean, you flush that thing and you step back and you're scared the whole wall's going to come out.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, it's really like very impressive because usually the newer plumbing isn't as strong as the older plumbing because the newer plumbing is more, you know, trying to save water. And when you go to New York, the old plumbing, everything rumbles and shakes. It's, you know. So, I was just, like, thinking, like, you know, I've been in California, living here for almost 14 months, and I've been to LA once.
Yeah.
And this Shabbos, like, all my plans, you know, got messed up.
Why?
And nothing, I just, you know, I didn't want to go here, I didn't want to go there, I was off. Well, another thing was my mountain bike was broken, and when my mountain bike broke, I'm like, oh, what am I going to do? I'm going to have to hike or road bike, whatever. So, like, you know, I went through this little thing, and I was like, LA, you know. And there's this rabbi, the rabbi who used to be in San Jose, he said I should come down one time, we'll have some good chats. This guy, Rabbi Lapham, incredibly intelligent, interesting fellow. And so I was like, maybe I'll go to his house. I emailed him, and he said, yeah, come down. And then I emailed this other guy, he's around here. So, you know, some old classmate of mine invited me out, you know, Thursday night, said I should come crash by him, this kid from Yeshiva I know. And so I was just like, maybe I'll come to LA, you know. And I drove down, I was like, wow, it's this close. I never came down just for a Shabbos. I came down Thursday night, I got to be at work tomorrow at 3. So, get my Frummy on, you know. I was kind of missing this sort of, I really wanted pizza too. I haven't had pizza in like 6 months, kosher pizzas. It's like, there's no pizza. I mean, they have pizza in the bagel store. It's lame. It's like par-baked pizza. It's really hot in your house, you know that?
I will open a window.
Yeah, it's really hot in here, man. I mean, I'm like a sweaty kind of guy anyway.
You think it's like the heat of my charisma?
It might be. It might be. He's such a handsome man that the heatness is just, you know, I'm just electrified here.
I'll try to turn down my charisma, dude, because I don't want you.
Yeah. You don't want to rein in on my glory.
So they want to know how you like my big beard.
I think his big beard is really cool. I think it's so, you know.
Should I go with the glasses again?
Yeah, the glasses and the beard, I mean, You know, yeah.
We're getting the band back together again.
The band, yeah.
Yeah, ZZ Top.
ZZ Top or Blues
Yeah.
Brothers, you
Yeah.
know. Blues Brothers, the retired graying edition. Yeah, I'm kind of down with the beard. I mean, I never met him without the beard, but I saw him
Yeah,
without the
yeah.
beard on his Facebook and stuff.
Right.
And then on the blog, it has, you know, before you know, when you come to his blog, you think it's just a Google link farm, you know, basically.
Is that bad?
Oh, it's terrible. People were like emailing me, they're like, "Are you sending us to some like Google link farm or some like advertising site? There's no content here." And I'm like, he's got to pay his rent, you know. I thought about it myself. I'm down with the beard. I wish I can grow a beard, so I'm kind of living vicariously through Mr. Ford here. And I can't, you know, I shaved on Thursday. I mean, I'm 29. I
Wow.
can't,
Wow. You
look at my arms. I'm bare, man. I got hair on my nipples, so I mean, I don't know if that's counts for anything, but I'll refrain. I don't want to get him in trouble with the former industry leaders, you know. You signed an NDA.
So, how did people like the previous interview that we did? You get some
People,
interesting feedback
yeah,
on that?
some people really, you know, I got a couple email, you know, because I thought I said stuff that was gonna like, you know, long after this, I've decided that I don't really care. Like, I'm gonna say things, I'm gonna be honest, whatever I say, like, you know, go screw yourselves if you don't like it,
Right.
whatever, you know. So, you know, a lot of people, especially some like, you know, people who are orthodox but on the fringe and that sort of thing, were definitely like, wow, it's really it's refreshing to hear such honesty from someone and such openness and such like, you know, this is me, like take it or leave it, not like, you know,
Yeah.
trying to like be apologetic and cover up, and that's generally what I'm trying to do with my entire
Yeah.
site and everything,
Yeah.
just being like, I'm this guy who's orthodox, but like, yeah, I make out with chicks, sue me, you know, so, or more, whatever, you know, but chicks, yeah. Women, ladies, you know.
So I saw some of your fans aren't so happy that you're doing an interview with me.
Are they?
Yeah,
Wow,
so
that's
in the
exciting.
comment
Cool.
section, I thought.
That's the more the merrier, because the more someone is like, it's kind of like painful. I'm moderating this commenter now named Nate. People are very pissed off at him because he's making these outlandish comments, but it's like painful to moderate someone who's making such outlandish comments.
Exactly.
Because it's like, you know, that's the, you know, I want people button heads and like, and he's spurred so much discussion because all these people, like people who hate each other on my website,
Yeah.
are joining forces to gang up on him. It's like, you know, it's like Russia, like Iran and the U.S. versus Russia. Is that how it went down? You know?
So do you get any threats from being that open?
No, you know, like, I recently asked because my family has become embarrassed by what I do. Not my immediate family, but my father was at a couple simchas, and relatives are saying, you know, it's not so sneeze, it's not so frum, you know, like, they don't know what is not so sneeze from because they were sent one post, but they,
Right.
you know, will say things like that, and then, like, other cousins will say, like, what's wrong? He's telling the truth, you got a problem with that? He's not Haredi, you know, so... So I asked someone how to deal with that, and the guy I asked was a guy named Ruben Blau, who do you know who he is?
Sounds familiar.
He writes for the New York Post, and he writes stuff like you would write for the New York Post, if you can get up to that level.
yeah,
So he wrote about Schropper, and he writes about Rubashkin, and all this
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
He's a Frum guy, lives in Brooklyn. He says people in shul will like push him, people spit at him, curse at him. Like, I don't get that. I don't want that, but at the same time, like, it almost like, you know, dude, some guy punched me in shul. Yeah, and it wasn't for the cholent. You know, there's like
Right.
some sort of, you know, so I've never been, I mean, it's been here and there critical, but there's not a lot of, I think people just don't take me seriously enough. That's probably what it is, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just, you know, there's not, I don't get that much hate mail. No one has ever, you know, really said nasty things to me. Some guy threatened to like shut down my show in like Silver Spring because I posted a picture, which was on Google Images, of his friend who was a non-convicted sexual molester, in a post about like the way yeshiva guys dress, and he was the guy who came up for yeshiva guy. I didn't know he was a sex offender.
Right.
This guy's like, how dare you? I'm like, dude, the post was about metrosexuals and like the yeshivish world, like nothing to do with guys raping chicks on their free time on an out Shabbos. Like, this is not. But, you know, this guy went on this rampage. He's like, I'm going to tell my show went on. So, sorry, I'm rambling.
That's fine. Just ramble away.
Yeah, yeah.
So they're asking, so when are you debuting the mikvah night package?
The mikvah night package. Nice, I like that. I was talking to this guy today about that.